Hey everybody, this is John Marucci. We are about an hour south of Fort Wayne, Indiana on I-69. We're going to have to do some maintenance here on the road here, which you have to do sometimes. We had a problem earlier with the nut coming loose at the black tank exit tube. We tightened it up on the way down. We actually I checked it again and tightened it before we started our way back from Florida. But we're on day 3 of our travel. And what happened was we hit some really, probably the worst potholes I've ever seen north of Indianapolis, about an hour south of where we are, and we hit some really bad potholes. We stopped at this rest stop again about an hour south of Fort Wayne and found that the bolt came off. So I don't know if you want to bring the camera down, but you can see it, that this thing is actually hanging free in air now. You can see my hand going through. So the bolt came off. We have, fortunately, the actual screw was stuck in there, but the actual nut came off and lost it. So what we're gonna do is, we have a couple of these heavier duty strip straps. That's all we can do until we go about, it's another hour north of us to go to a Home Depot to pick up another nut and replace it. But for now, we're gonna have to get these in there and strap it tight. Hope that does for a little while. But just one of the things sometimes you have to do on the road is some quick fixes here. We were very fortunate this didn't come off and hit the ground and get destroyed. So part of traveling, unfortunately. So let's get on with this and we'll keep going here. Okay, so we're going to try and get the end of this into that tip. So I just bent it a little bit. Hopefully we can just get it up there, which we did. Okay, and there's a hole in the top. So we're just going to push it through there now, which I did. Hopefully you can see that. We got it through both the lower and the upper hole there, and then I'm just going to zip the tie tight, right? All right, just go right about there. And we're going to put one on the front too. So this one hopefully will be a little easier because it's got that to play against. So let's see if we can't just get that fed up there. Okay, so we did the repair. It wasn't easy. But fortunately, we had 2 heavy-duty zip ties we were able to put in place of the screw where the nut came loose, hitting all those potholes in 69. So I think it's going to be okay. We're going to go about an hour north to hit a Home Depot and pick up replacement nut and get this fixed right. But we should be okay for now. So on the road fixing, sometimes you got to do that stuff. Okay, so to recap, we were an hour south of Fort Wayne on I-69 at a rest area after some bad potholes when we discovered that the black tank drain pipe had become detached from the frame. We didn't have a metal coat hanger, so we used 2 pretty strong zip ties to hold things in place. After this, we decided to go an hour north of Fort Wayne, up I-69, and stop at the Home Depot. We picked up a good bolt, as well as a better nylon threaded nut. When at Home Depot, we noticed the zip ties were still looking pretty good. So we decided to risk it and do the repairs at home 2 hours away. We checked the zip ties again when we stopped at the Michigan Welcome Center in Coldwater, Michigan, an hour away from home, and everything still looked good. We didn't seem to have any issues until we arrived home. This is where the story picks up. Hey, it's John Marucci here, back at you this afternoon. We just got home and we had to jerry-rig the sewer outlet connection. If you remember, we used a couple twist ties. And it got us as far as Home Depot up at Fort Wayne, about an hour. We were able to get a bolt. We kept going to get home, and then we found when we got home that it severed the twist ties. So we're home now, and we're going to put the bolt we bought at Home Depot, and reconnect it and fix it. So got home okay, but it is hanging loose again. So time to fix it before we go on. All right. So next step. Hey, it's John Marucci coming back to you again. So we completed the fix for the sewer outlet connection that was loose. Remember, it had fallen off. Fortunately, we had drained the tanks the night before. Otherwise, I'm very concerned that it would have had a lot more weight on it in the tube itself, the exhaust tube, and fallen off while we were driving. So that didn't happen. That was good. So what we had to do is we put a bolt, a good bolt, with a nice nylon type nut in it, tighten it down really good. Had to loosen the bracket at the bottom first to do that, to get that bolt and nut in there. So I think it's way better than what came from the factory at this point. And then just retighten the bracket up. So it should be good to go. A little bit scary though when you're driving and notice that that thing's hanging down. So We were able to use some zip ties and seal it off for a little bit, then get the Home Depot and got the bolt we needed and got home okay, and fixed it. So we should be good to go for now. All right, so there you go. We're gonna move on now. Thanks for watching. Again, if you enjoyed this video and it's kind of a fix-it video, give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe. Again, this is John Marucci. Thanks for watching.